Assalamualaikum and hi, my name is JUHAIDA FAQIHAH binti MOHAMAD. My matric number is 2020983399 and my supervisor is Mr. Muhammad Abkori bin Ayub. Welcome to my presentation to my panel and all the viewers. So today, I am going to present about my thesis about introduce Seremban heritage through street art to the community by using a campaign on social media. And this is the table of content that I present after this. So this time is the first part, which is introduce street art evolved from the earlier manifestation of street art graffiti, which began appearing on the wall, building and its work by grouping to demonstrate their artistic movement in their own hand. Street art may be relevant to our own culture. It is a movement of art expression and an art form in its own right. In Malaysia, we have our own street art in Seremban, which is already 79 years old and operated by Gok Poh Choi, the owner, and is a terrified method to reignite interest in culture and historical street art. In addition, there are journey in Seremban street art. Negeri Sembilan Darul Khusus brought the art street to some amazing piece of art on the wall of some building along like Jalan Tengku Munawir, Jalan Datuk Bandar Tunggal, Jalan Datuk Sheikh Ahmad, Jalan Datuk Lee Fong Yi, Jalan Tunku Hassan and more as well. Medan Seni Ujang, which is location next to Terminal 1. There have been exhibition on Seremban Art Street. The Swing Malaysia is unquestionably an universal playground from childhood to enjoy and no matter where the event takes place. The artists attempt to demonstrate how a group of people from all ethnicity and religion background has no issue playing the swing together. This picture also evokes memory of our upbringing in Seremban culture. More than that, to introduce Art Street Seremban represent the culture and environment in Malaysia. This is the few street art from Seremban. Jalan Tengku Hassan is the roti bread man. It's a man who selling product food, junk food like ice cream, toys, closet. They're selling anything that remind of Malaysia childhood. This kind of service still exists in Malaysia, but in the present time now, it's rarely found. Then the artist create this painting to remind us what has happened to our childhood in Malaysia. It's remind the culture of nature. Not only the aesthetic element apply, but it also had flexibility to inform it can be important of living together harmoniously regardless of race or religion. Next is problem statement. This research focusing to the campaign on social media of street art in Seremban 2 community because today new generation of society is heavily reliant on digital or graphic media. Street art is very integrated because it exhibits the artist's capacity of imagination and creativity to the transform community art can transformational street art. It's unique because it can connect with people to art and excite to community, which is more about art street, our culture itself. Next, statement of significance. To introduce Seremban street art and to reflect Malaysia culture and heritage. This is a few things about Seremban street art. Street art is typically about culture in their city town, producing a mutual communication with a painting to exhibit pleasure, happiness, culture, grief, festival mood, and sharing something of amazing memory like a nostalgia in Malaysia. Street art can have an impact on tourists by conveying a positive message such as learning about Malaysia culture, stimulating us to think boldly about the world, and by placing art on the street art, we can change the long abandoned part to come back to life with a variety of style and shape with color, typography, painting, and enliven the place as well as attract tourism interest to visit Seremban again. Research question. The study is trying to make the community know about the street art culture. This is a few questions based on the objective. How street art can it remain relevant for the future generation through campaign on social media? And why does street art positively affect the community on social media? Based on the objective researching is reviewing the analysis is to study art street heritage in Seremban as a mean of transformation for community. Next, to identify the promotional about street art through campaign on media social. For the next chapter is literature review. Establish street mural as a unique tangible culture heritage in Georgetown, the capital city of Penang, street in Malaysia, as a fertile from a community art practice, and discuss the critical issues surrounding in preservation as a unique tangible culture heritage. The study is conducted using mixed method with a data gathered from a survey sampling and interview. The research argues for a continuous shaping of a street mural as a unique, tangible heritage through recognition, validation, promotion, and preservation of street art not only within the urban site but for the other states in multi-ethnic Malaysia. There is a detailed study carried out by local research of culture. Art Street in Georgetown, already known by society, is the famous art street in Malaysia. Next, to introduce the street art Seremban, reflect the history, culture, environment in Malaysia to community. A campaign platform on social media will be used, which will be more relevant because today is the age of smartphone as they transform many people on media social and now prefer social media than poster and magazine. As a result, I want to get even closer and tell you about Seremban street art, which has an amazing history and traditional but is still relatively obscure. Research methodology. In this chapter, a research will employ the quality method to collect data collecting from society in order to acquire a new perspective. Based on the information gathered for a survey, the established objectives are divided into the three sections, A, B, and C. The desired output is the outcome of the social media design. The questionnaire is divided into three parts, each of which contribute the achievement of the objective. The three portions listed in the survey are section A, B, and C. Section A is important in determining the target population demographic, which consists of a question to define out about their gender, age, race, education level, and their occupation. The response to the surveys, part B of the survey, provide a question about their knowledge of street art in Seremban in order to gain more precise information, and certainly part C contains supporting information such as acquire an opinion about the suitable of the platform use. The purpose of this research is to achieve research objective that contain to introduce Seremban heritage through Seremban street art to the community by using a campaign on social media. Design output. Based on the image above, these are the digitalized that have been produced for this project and display platform on the media social. Result and discussion. Analysis the strategies Steve to make the study objective in resolving the issue in order to provide trust in a study done by researchers. This strategy focuses on gathering facts to bolster the evidence. This qualitative method, the survey will be offered using a Google form link and sent to individuals aged 12 and above to give their opinion on the study performed by researchers, to view the data and the qualitative acquired to reinforce each available answer. In section A, percentage according to the bar chart is the highest vote from consumer for female 42%, 80 to 22 years old 39%, Malay 52%, single 49%, town 80%, education level in degrees 39%, and stage in Selangor 12%. Next, for section B question, have you ever seen the mural or street art in Malaysia? The highest answer is yes from 52%. Next question is have you even seen the mural or street art below? Most of them say no or maybe seen the mural in Seremban. Next question is have you heard about Seremban street art? 60% say no or maybe. Where did you heard about Seremban street art? The highest answer is from friend and family, 33.3%. Next question is Can street art or mural in Seremban could be used to promote the culture and heritage in Malaysia? 88.7% say yes. Next is section C question. What is the solution in order to introduce the specialty of Seremban street art in Malaysia? 63% and agree on social media platform. Do you think mural at Lorong Seni should represent more Malaysia heritage history too? The highest answer is yes. And the last question is, do you think mural at Lorong Seni can be tourist attraction like street art in Penang? And the highest answer is yes. The three portion list in the survey are section A, B, and C. Based on the data analysis collect from the quantity approach used in the survey, the feedback of about 52 response was fulfilled. This strategy has aimed in achieving the objective based on the proportion of reply chosen by the community, as well as making it easy for researchers to acquire data and meet the objective. The purpose of the research is to achieve research objective that contain to introduce Seremban heritage through street art to the community by using a campaign on social media. Conclusion. Street art evolved from the earlier manufacturing of street art graffiti, which began appearing on the wall, building, and its work by grouping to demonstrate their artistic movement in their own hand. More than that, to introduce street art, Seremban represent the culture and environment in Malaysia. For example, the mud roti that remind of Malaysia's childhood. The subject matter get more sophisticated and transitory when street art is granted governmental license. This research focusing to the social media campaign on street art Seremban to community, because today new generation of society is heavily reliant on digital or graphic design media. Based on observation on the report in the world of the current global digital community, to take it for granted was even conceivable. All those artists who want to introduce their artwork to street need to fight for the possibility for their work to be seen by the community. To introduce Seremban street art and to reflect Malaysia culture and heritage in Seremban, research, develop, and examination of the relevance of mural and street art. As a result, based on the findings from the study that have been made, the researcher will get to see that street art need to be expanded and introduced to the community of Seremban is street art that represent much of the history of Negeri Sembilan and Malaysia, painted by a famous artist, one of which is Ibrahim Adon, a legend who created a magazine cartoonist named Ujang. To introduce the street art, Seremban represent the heritage, culture, and environment in Malaysia to community is through using a campaign platform on social media that be more relevant, because nowadays people now prefer social media than poster and magazine. As a result, Seremban has street art that has a lot of intriguing history and tradition in Malaysia.